Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Leo D. Mahoney Arena. We were with you last night for the thrilling men's basketball game. Back with more action here tonight as Fairfield women's basketball will be taking on Central Connecticut State in this Nutmeg State rivalry. I'm Andrew Jameson, joined alongside Liv Merceda. Liv, Fairfield has to be thrilled with the momentum, especially after a great game in Oklahoma State.
Yeah, they tied with OKC in three with field goal percentage, and they outdid them in free throws. They rallied from 16 points in the last quarter as well.
Yeah, and the win was a strong showing versus a Power 4 team. One of the things that Coach Carley wanted heading into this season was a stronger strength of schedule with the AP votes. They are 1-2 on the year with that loss against Richmond and Oklahoma State. However, they are back to playing their brand of basketball back on their home court. Katie Lamro has been the leading scorer for the season with the Stags, averaging 13 points per game. And Isabella Nicoletti-Leite has had an offensive resurgence in a sense, getting 13 as well in that game against Oklahoma State.
Yeah, she helped lead the 11-4 run in a 3-minute span in that last quarter.
Yeah, you mentioned the Stags were down 9 after the first quarter. They were chipping away at the lead for the rest of the game. One of the keys will be today, though, points in the paint. In that game against Oklahoma State, they're outscored in the paint 38-22. A big part of that is going to be Amina Selimovic as she looks to bounce back after only 2 points and 1-9 shooting against Oklahoma State.
What's interesting about them being back at home is since they have renovated this arena, the Stags are 21-6 at home.
Yeah, no, home field advantage has certainly been kind to Fairfield. Just their second home game of the year, 0-1 after the loss to Richmond on November 12th. Looking to bounce back here tonight and get back in the win column are the Stags. We'll be back with starting lineups and first tip. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Leo D. Mahoney Arena. And starting lineup for just announced a little bit of a different look for Fairfield here, Liv, as Janelle Brown is out of the starting lineup and Isabella Nicoletti-Leite is in. Also, we are talking about pregame Cyan Ko, who had a great defensive game and had an offensive breakthrough in that game versus Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Cyan is definitely one to watch for. She has been on the board for rebounds and points, I think with 7 in the last game against Oklahoma.
Yeah, she is one of 2 freshmen in this freshman class for the Stags, along with Julia Carpel, the freshman out of Holmdel, New Jersey. Good to see the freshman making an immediate impact here. And Stags just had a game against Oklahoma State, so they might be using a little bit more depth tonight. One of the things we praise about this team time and time again is how deep this roster it is. It is, in fact, what propelled them in Atlantic City and took them all the way to the NCAA tournament. It'll be Ko for the tip alongside Lucia Noyne, that's Sellers, and we're underway. And there's a quick basket, and Cyan Ko right there. And Nicoletti-Leite once again making an impact offensively, this time passing.
Yeah, Cyan Ko was named Ontario Basketball Association Defensive Player of the Year last year with 63 steals and 32 blocks. She was just one of 24 Canadian players chosen to take part in the 2023 BioSteel All-Star Game as well.
Certainly high expectations for the freshman. She has been playing great to start the season. This is Slomak. Swings it to Williams. Drive there by Williams. Tight defense by Selimovic, no good. That's great defense there by So on Sellers. The 3 there, no good. Anderson with the board. Stags locked down early defensively as here's Nicoletti-Leite. Swings it to Anderson. Her 3. No good. Rebound there by Jessica Farrell. Coming into tonight's game, Central Connecticut State's leading scorer is Megan Kennefick with 12 points per game, and Sellers is averaging 8 rebounds per game. So we mentioned the importance of controlling the paint and winning the battle of the boards here. Not going to be an easy matchup. Good defense there by Ko once again. Forces a miss. Rebound Lamro. She's pushing it. Passes Nicoletti-Leite. Her 3. Good. Had an offensive breakthrough after a little bit of a regression in offense production this past year. However, good signs here early in the season for Nicoletti-Leite, knocking down that 3-pointer, the transfer from Florida State. Here's Noyne. There's tenacious defense there by Lamro. She comes away with it. Lamro now. Nice move to get into the paint. Her shot creates separation, is good, and the Stags have scored all 7 of the game's points thus far and are out 7-0 2 minutes into the game. Jessica Farrell now, the freshman guard out of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. The Blue Devils running 2 freshmen in their starting lineup, so certainly testing their young guns here early and giving them exposure in Division I minutes. Loses the ball. Great defense there by Ko, who has been everywhere defensively.
And there goes time clock.
Yeah, there's a turnover. Cyan Ko, we praise her for her defense, and she has been nothing short of a ball hawk to start this game early. Lamro.
Locking down on defense for sure.
Lamro going to take it up here. Here's Nicoletti-Leite. Nicoletti-Leite to Lamro. Let's find Selimovic. It's going to be a foul on the floor. I believe they're going to get Sellers for that, a hold on Ko. So Ko, she's even a threat without the ball here early as she draws a foul here on Sellers. That'll be her first, team's first. 7-0, about more than 2.5 minutes in the first. Nice feed by Anderson. Defensive breakdown there from CCSU. Megan Anderson capitalizes for the easy 2.
She had a great season last year as well.
Yeah, certainly. Becky Hammond, National Mid-Major Player of the Year watch list, and one of 40 players to be selected for the National Player of the Year list. And Central Connecticut State and Coach Wade Vini will call their first timeout early, exactly 3 minutes into this game. Well, the Stags are up early, and usually when you have all the points after the first timeout, that means you're doing a pretty good job. So,
definitely.
9-0 Stags. We'll be back with the rest of the first quarter shortly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Leo D. Mahoney Arena. And the offense has been clicking for the Stags. I'm Andrew Jameson alongside Liv Merceda. 9-0 Fairfield is our score. There's nice help defense by Nicoletti Leite there. We'll have a substitution. Here's Nellie Brown will be checking into the game for her first minutes. Came off the bench for the first time this season. I see a further statistic because I was talking to our assistant sports director, Logan Runde. He couldn't remember the last time Janelle Brown wasn't starting a game, but there's definitely some reasons inside that locker room as to why. I'm sure she was very humble about it, though, as there's a nice inbound play by Central Connecticut State for their first points of the game.
Janelle has definitely been a face of the women's basketball team here, especially leading them last year in season in points.
Absolutely. And, when she decided to return for her fifth year, a lot of players followed suit. She is seen as the leader on this team. As there's a nice spin move by Anderson. That's going to rattle out, though. Rebound, Selimovic. That's going to go out of bounds and stay with Fairfield. But going back to Janelle Brown, she is what we see from at least on the court, watching the games, a tone setter on this team. As the team goes, she goes.
Well, we see she plays full court defense.
Yeah, absolutely tenacious. And when you see that full court press, she is always the first person on whoever has the ball on the other team. Ken Magruder will be also checking in for her first minutes of the game. So the Stags running the starting lineup from last game right now. Magruder, 3. No good. Rebound there by Lamro. It will be taken away as that will be rebounded by Noyne. Here's Farrell pushing it the other way. Selena Mona's time, seeing her first minutes of the game, has the lone bucket for the Blue Devils. And it will be a foul after the turnover there. That'll be the second on Sellers, I believe. Yes, it will be after confirmation from the scorekeeper's table. That'll be a second on Sellers, team's second. Fairfield showing pretty good offensively so far. 4 of 7. Central Connecticut State just 1 of 6. These two teams met last year, and Fairfield won by 26, 78-52 at Central Connecticut State. So it is a split series between these MAC and Northeast Conference teams, respectively. Lamro got whacked there. They need one to travel. However, the play goes on, and Janelle Brown drills the 3, and the lead is all of a sudden double digits before we know it.
Janelle Brown is known for those threes. That's helped led them last year in the NCAA tournament when they played Indiana.
Yeah, and you got to love Katie Lamro being aggressive there. We know she can shoot lights out from 3 whenever she feels like it, but her establishing a paint game is going to be pivotal for the Stags and just having a more balanced team overall, as that shot there is no good by Williams. That was Noyne on the shot. Anderson's 3, little long there. The pickpocket and Nellie Brown made a play on it. However, it will end up with Central Connecticut State. Central Connecticut State up to going to slow things down here. Lauren Beach and Rayanna Brown at the scorekeeper's table waiting for their first minutes of the game. Good pressure there by Anderson to force a loose ball for the moment, but Central Connecticut State recovers. Good cut there by Farrell, but Anderson up to the challenge and then some. However, give credit there to Kayla Henry, the sophomore forward out of East Hartford, for staying with that play and getting a 2.
Yep, Fairfield really locked her down on defense, 2-on-1.
Yeah, but then Fairfield takes it right back and gives them a taste of their own medicine in a sense as Nellie Brown gets an easy bucket herself. Nellie Brown leading all scorers so far with 5 points on the night.
And that is stolen by number 5, Megan Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson has definitely been a great defensive presence for the Stags, but she's going to take it offensively here and do all the dirty work herself. That's a physical bucket as they'll come, and the Fairfield bench loves that one, and all of a sudden the lead is up to 12. Anderson averaged 1.5 blocks per game and over a steal in all of her games played last year. So certainly as great of a freshman season as you can ask for.
And there she goes defending again.
We'll take the foul there. It was a shooting foul, and they will get Anderson for the push. So that'll be her first, team's first. Central Connecticut State will be going to the line for their first free throws of the game. Beach and Rihanna Brown have officially checked in for the Stags. Fairfield faithful. making their presence felt there, as is no good in the student section. Have to appreciate them coming out on a Wednesday night, especially with finals right around the corner. A lot of students having tests before Thanksgiving break. Nonetheless, there. Both free throws are good by Central Connecticut State.
Janelle brings the ball down.
Excuse me, one of two. My fault. Here's Rihanna Brown. Anderson. Nellie Brown, nice find there. That layup goes in and out, though.
Rebounded by Beach.
No good there, but Brown is there for the third time to charm and draws the foul. However, Fairfield, they've a lot of uncharacteristic missed layups. I'm fairly certain we were both at that women's basketball game against Richmond, and there were 2 or 3 possessions where it seemed like freebies, and Fairfield just kind of a little bit lackadaisical on the fundamentals. Interesting to see if this type of game that'll be enforced more.
You can also see in the height difference, though. We're looking at these players and their competitors, and sometimes averaging a few inches below them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, size was a big factor. Fairfield did lose Nikki Gallagher this year, as Rihanna Brown makes the second free throw. So Rihanna Brown brought in, and, Fairfield they have this term road runners. There's no forwards or centers on this team. They're all listed as road runners, kind of a dual position, if you will. There's a nice move there by Farrell, and she'll get that one to go. Nice nifty move there from the freshman to get the CCSU bench back in it to some extent. Brown now playing on the perimeter. Nellie Brown and Selimovic gets tugged. Awkward play looking from there. It will be Central Connecticut State ball. A little bit of a chippy play. Nonetheless, Central Connecticut State ball. The drink goes flying. Still be CCSU ball. Nellie Brown, as you mentioned, with the full court press. She is as tenacious as they'll come in the MAC. Was a unanimous selection for first team All-MAC this year in the preseason. Winner of MAC Player of the Year last year, and was the preseason MAC Player of the Year also.
And not only that, but Fairfield coach Carly Thibault-DeBonis won MAC Coach of the Year too. Yeah,
the accolades certainly speak for themselves, but those are all a thing in the past. This team has a new identity and a new mindset this season. As Brown finds Magruder. 2:25 to go in this first quarter. Selinovic's three. No good. Rebound, Nellie Brown. Therefore, once again, good to see her make her presence felt, just not give it up on the play. Good move by Beach. Bounce pass there. Believe that was tipped. Yep, the referee signals tipped there by Nguyen, and it will be Fairfield will keep possession here. Game has certainly picked up in pace. Fairfield up to 17 points. Only scored 10 points in that first quarter against Oklahoma State, so it's certainly an encouraging sign that they've started much better in this game. Last year, Fairfield was one of the best first quarter scoring teams in the country. A little bit slower this year. Nonetheless, Coach Carly's got to be happy with the offensive output thus far. Janelle Brown's going to take it in the paint. Her pass, Beach.
Isabella Nicoletti check back in and inbound the ball this.
Nellie Brown got the board, but missed another layup there. It was tight defense to give credit to CCSU, but that's one Nellie Brown's probably going to make 9 times out of 10. Shot there by CCSU's Selena Monestein is good, the redshirt freshman out of Marlborough, Mass. Rihanna Brown now. 1 point on the game. Here's Selimovic. Selimovic going to try work her way into the paint. Her baby hook, audible baby hook, whatever you want to call that, goes. Nonetheless, Stags back up 10. Farrell going to take it up. She's got 2 points herself. Monstein leads the Blue Devils with 5 on the game thus far for them. 13 seconds on the clock here. Minute exactly to go. That's a nice pass there by Farrell. Is Monstein going to take advantage? No, she'll miss the jump shot there, and it will be a jump ball, and possession will be in favor of Fairfield. Stags keep possession. Once again, we thank you for listening to WVOF Sports coverage of Fairfield women's basketball. Feel free to subscribe for all things Fairfield athletics and more. Tomorrow we will be dropping our Stags in the Studio episode 6 with men's basketball, Luke Davidson. So be sure to subscribe and don't miss that one, as it is a great one. I promise you that, folks. Here's Anderson back nonetheless. Nicoletti Leite. Her shot at the elbow, in and out. Rebound Central Connecticut State. Tight rebounding battle thus far, 11-9 in favor of Fairfield. Fairfield has 6 of those are on the offensive category. Lamoureux establishing dominance in the paint there. Love to see it there.
Shot clock matched with game clock. You see
Lamoureux probably going to hold it here for the final possession. On these types of possessions, you want quality over quantity. If you get away with any points, that's a win. So Lamoureux's going to drain the clock here, get the play she wants. No foul there. Anderson's 3. Good. Lamoureux wanted a foul, but nonetheless, Anderson makes the 3 count. Lamoureux's not happy, but Anderson kind of makes up for it in a sense. And after the first quarter, the Stags are up 22-9. And Coach Carley is not happy with the referee, and neither is Coach Blake. Nonetheless, the score remains 22-9. Liv, you have to be impressed with Fairfield thus far.
definitely starting off strong after their loss to Oklahoma, which definitely probably hurt this team. You saw Janelle come off the bench as well, but really make her mark with scoring.
And in this type of game, it's a good get your confidence back. And Fairfield is doing just that. Up 22-9 after the first quarter. We'll be back shortly for the second quarter. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Leo D. Mahoney Arena. 22-9 is our score. Fairfield out in front. I'm Andrew Jameson, joined alongside Olivia Merceda. Thank you for listening to Fairfield women's basketball coverage on WVOF Sports. Central Connecticut State going to start with possession here. New lineup here as this is Williams. Steal there by Anderson. Lamoureux comes away with it, though. Nicoletti Leite's 3. No good there, but nice play by Coda stay with it to the end, but Central Connecticut State will have the board and take it up. Farrell going at a very fast pace. Slows down here with Lamoureux on her. Oh, and that is From my angle, it looked like a dirty play. However, I'm not going to be the judge of that. Nicolette Leite took a shot there, and it appears to be shaken up a little bit. Nonetheless, we'll stay in the game. Anderson will be checking out here for Kendall Magruder, the senior transfer in North Texas, who is one of the better catch-and-shoot players on this team. Nicolai Leite now wants Selimovic, but tight defense. There is Kennefic, the leading scorer for the Blue Devils. Selimovic gets by her, though, and gets it to go despite the size disadvantage. Selimovic up to 4 points on the game. Anderson still your leading scorer with 7. Stags up 15. Here is Williams now. Passes it to Kennefic, the grad student out of Oakton, Virginia. Her 3. Short of the net, and it will be Fairfield ball. You got to love the Fairfield defensive stand there. They forced 6 turnovers, but I think more importantly, they've only allowed 1 turnover. And I think that's more important, honestly, than getting the turnovers, because if you can't control the ball, you're not going to get to the hoop and score points. So certainly great discipline and composure shown by the Stags thus far. And it will be a foul drawn by Central Connecticut State, as that will go on Katie Lamro, her first, team's first. Jessica Farrell now. Point guard on this team, the freshman guard out of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. 2 points on the game thus far. Quick ball movement here by the Blue Devils. Shot there to the right, no good. Rebound, Selimovic. Central Connecticut State shooting just 4 of 16 from the field. And Coe is out of bounds there, and it will be Blue Devils ball. Beach will check into the game for Coe. So Fairfield running a lot of quick substitutions. And it's good to have fresh legs on the court, but it's also a great opportunity for some of these players to get exposure and build confidence back.
I mean, this game is a team sport, and they're definitely playing that whole bench this game.
Fairfield is a little bit shorthanded, though. Jill Herder seen on crutches pregame. Sydney Scott also dealing with a shoulder injury. She'll be out the next 2 games from what I heard from insider sources. There's a steal there. And Katie Lamro takes a shot there, and she is not happy about that. And honestly, I wouldn't be too if I took that type of a shot. That foul is on Selena Monstein. That's her first foul. And looking at the replay, it's a little bit chippy, and Coach Carley wants to protect her players, and I don't blame her.
You just add on, sophomore Carly Fisher, who played last year for Fairfield, is also redshirting this year after injury.
Magruder here. Nice move there, and it gets to go. Quick hesitation move. One move of separation can make all the difference, and it did just that there. There will be a timeout here by Central Connecticut State. They have been struggling offensively, as I mentioned. 4 of 16 from the field. Fairfield, on the other hand, good offensive bounce-back shooting, 11 of 23, 3 of 8 from three-point land. So that's also impressive, as they're taking a lot of shots, but they're falling at an efficient rate. We'll be right back with more Fairfield women's basketball on WVOF Sports. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Leo D. Mahoney Arena for Fairfield women's basketball coverage brought to you by WVOF Sports. 26-9 is our score. The Stags out in front about more than a quarter of the way through the second quarter. Good encouraging signs here for the Stags, building off the momentum they built late in that game versus Oklahoma State. Good trap defense there by Fairfield, and they will get a double dribble. You have to love Coach Carly setting the tone here after the timeout. If Central Connecticut State wants to play as aggressive as they had been, Fairfield is certainly more than capable of returning the favor.
Yeah, and you're definitely seeing that right now as they're entering back on the court.
On the court for the Stags, as you mentioned, Brown, Nicoletti-Lete, Magruder, Anderson, and Beach. Anderson, nice finish with a little bit of a jelly roll there. She's up to 9 on the game. Good to see her also establishing a paint presence. We know Fairfield loves shooting threes. They shoot them at a very high rate. We're 12th in the nation last year in three-point shooting. However, establishing a paint game makes your offense more unpredictable as well, and it is encouraging to see that they have been doing well in the paint this game after struggling versus Oklahoma State. And that is a chippy play, and that gets a reaction from the crowd, rightfully so. It was a bang play. There was a whistle, but then it appeared there wasn't a shot after by Central Connecticut State that Nicoletti-Lete was the recipient of. We are going to wait for a replay here to see. Looks like the officials will go to the scorekeeper's table.
Definitely. So some things to know about Nicoletti is she represented her native country, Brazil, in the South American Women's Championship this summer. She, in 16 averaged 9.7 points per game, had 5.0 rebounds and 5 assists. She was able to get the silver medal, and now they are qualified for the 2025 FIBA World America Cup, which will also be hosted in Chile.
Yeah, no, certainly a busy summer for the graduate student as Fairfield crowd getting into it here during this timeout. Central Connecticut State is back on the court. Fairfield going to wait a little bit longer here. Interesting to see what transpires from this. Here's Luke of the Stag was getting the crowd hyped there with some basketball moves. I don't know what he was doing. Nicoletti-Lete hopping a little bit around. Interesting to see if that'll be interesting later in the game to see if she remains healthy. She'll stick it out, though. Nonetheless, the foul will still go against her. That'll be her first of the game, team second.
And then Nicoletti down with the rebound.
Beach. Good pass to Brown. Her three. Short, but good job sticking with her shot, getting the offensive rebound. It will be a jump ball, and Fairfield will retain possession. So you have to love Nelly not giving up on that play, fighting to the very end.
Yeah, way to get there for that rebound.
$6:15 to go in the second quarter. Fairfield up 19. Nicoletti-Lete's cut. Finds Magruder. She can shoot it, but she won't. She goes to Anderson. Opts to go Nicoletti-Lete. Finds Magruder. Magruder, tight defense there by Nguyen. Magruder's shot, very short. Good board by Anderson, but it will be a shot clock violation. Good defensive stand there for the Blue Devils, and it couldn't have come at a better time as Fairfield had all the momentum there.
Yeah, they're almost up by 20. They're definitely scrambling, trying to get the back.
Central Connecticut State probably should opt for quality over quantity here, as this will be Dagny Slomak, the freshman guard out of South Orange, New Jersey, taking it up. Goes to Nguyen. Passes to that's to Monestein. Shot there, way short. Brown there to rebound it. Not a great shot there by Dagny Slomak. Anderson cuts to the hoop, and there was a block there, but they'll get a foul before the block, as it will be Monestein on the block. That'll be her second, team's third. Cole will check into the game for Nicoletti-Lete. Anderson will be going to the line for two. Anderson already with 9 points on the game. Coming into tonight's game, she is the second leading scorer on this Fairfield team, averaging 12 per game. In that first game of the year, Anderson scored 17 points. All 17 of those came in the first half for Anderson is her second free throw. Rattles in and out, and nice play there by Coe to get the offensive board and then draw the foul. Took advantage of a little bit of a lackadaisical boxing out by CCSU. These will be Fairfield's 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Just 1 of 4 from the line. So despite a small sample size thus far, not ideal from the charity strike. I was here for the men's game last night as Brendan Boudelier and Ethan Hudson were on the call for that one. Fairfield, I predominantly had chances at the line but could not make many of them as the second one there by Coe goes in. But just goes to show you the importance of how important free throws are. They're ultimately make or break no matter where they are in the game. They can be in the first quarter. They can be in the fourth quarter. You got to make your free throws, and Fairfield did not last night. And was a big part why their comeback fell short versus Drexel. Nice tip there by Janelle Brown for the steal. Cookies, as she likes to call it. Elusive on the court she is. Finds Magruder. Anderson. Central Connecticut State wanted to travel. Won't get it. Nonetheless, play resumes. Rebound there by Farrell. Farrell finds Monestein. Back to Farrell. A little bit of a give and go, except none of them moved. Here's Sellers, who came in tonight's game, averaging 8 rebounds a contest. Rebound there once by Henry. A second time, and she'll get fouled on the follow-up shot, and it will be going to the line for 2. That foul will go on Lauren Beach, her first, team's 3rd. Central Connecticut State from the line tonight. Again, relatively small sample size, just 1 of 2. Fairfield in a little bit of a field goal drought here. No field goals in their last 2.5 minutes, as that first free throw by Henry is good. Second free throw is good. Lead only 18 now. Lamro smiling. She definitely got something up her sleeve. Play here by Brown. She cuts to the hoop. Finds Magruder. Her 3. No good, but Slimovich there for the board. Fairfield will keep possession here. That's a great job. Contention there by Slimovich to keep possession and make the rebound more difficult than it could have been for Sellers. Finds Lamro. Lamro to Magruder. Magruder finds Coe. To Slimovich, out to Lamro. Lamro cuts to the hoop despite the mismatch on Sellers. Slimovich gets a defender to jump. Her shot, no good though. Good tip by Coe though. Lamro's 3. Good. Second chance points. That possession felt like it was going on forever and ever, and it was only a matter of time before Fairfield found the back of the net and capitalized.
You definitely see that with Central Connecticut's defense, though. They are definitely locking now on Fairfield.
It's Central Connecticut State definitely playing with a little bit more urgency despite the lead increasing. Have to appreciate that. Fighting to the end.
You can definitely tell they're wanting this comeback right now.
Here's Monestein. I mentioned Fairfield men's basketball as they were down as many as 12, and they came all the way back and even took the lead at one point. But Lamro, another 3. You can't give her that much space. When she's wide open like that, she will not miss. We were talking to Katie Lamro and Coach Erica Brown in one of the latest episodes of Stags in the studio. And when Coach Erica Brown went to an AAU game of Lamro's, she made 2 back-to-back threes to begin the game. She is a sniper from long range, to say the least, and someone you do not want someone to leave wide open.
And I mean, this game has certain points. Sometimes when you're back there, you definitely are getting the advantage over the other team, even if they're dominating in the paint.
So that's back-to-back threes for Lamro. She's up to 8 points. That foul, there's a foul on the play, will go against Janelle Brown. That's her first, team's 4th. There will be a substitution here for CCSU as Henry will see the bench. And coming in for her will be number 13, Dagny Slomak back in. Steele Fairfield, good feed to Coe. Her finish good. Seeing that element of Nicoletti Leite's game, the distribution part of her game, really take a step forward this year early. 2:30 to go in this second quarter. Central Connecticut going to try a three here. No good. Ball bounces, but Nicoletti Leite is able to corral it. Finds Lamro. Crowd wants her to shoot it, but she instead opts to pass. And the Browns three instead. No good. Rebound there by Monostheim. Cut by Farrell. Blocking foul there on Coe. That'll be her first, team's fifth. Central Connecticut State now in the bonus. It's 2:01 to go in the second quarter. Well, as we mentioned, we were talking about the turnover battle earlier. Points off turnovers is a very big indicator of why the score is what it is. 17-0 in favor of Fairfield. It's one thing to force turnovers, but it's another to capitalize off of them, and Fairfield has done just that, as the first free throw there is good by Farrell.
And you definitely see it with that full court pressing on that offense and defense.
Sometimes you need to set the tone early, and Fairfield has that, and it has played to their favor. Both free throws good by Farrell, 37-13 in basketball's version of 2-minute warning, if you want to call it. Casey Pryor going to see her first minutes of the game. Good for the sophomore guard out of Seagrit, New Jersey. She could be seeing, well, we're seeing a lot more minutes with Jill Herter sidelined for the foreseeable future. Is that bucket by Raina Brown? We love the bench reaction flexing on them, and that's exactly what she did there, just using her size to her advantage. Three here by Central Connecticut State is good there by Slomak. First three of the game for Central Connecticut State. They're going to get the ball right back with a steal here as Farrell's pushing it. Good tip there by Lamro, but she'll get called for a foul there. Nonetheless, has to love her hustling after the turnover. Will be her second of the game, team's 6. $1:13 to go in this first half. Fairfield up 39-16. Lamro and Slimovich will check off for Beach and Megan Anderson. Fairfield going deep into their bench tonight. No first free throw, no good by Farrell. Second free throw, good. Goes 1 of 2 from the line. Now 6 of 8 on the game. A 75% clip. Fairfield 2 of 6. 33% clip. Good direct pass there. Bullet pass. Finds Nicoletti Leite for the 2. 53 seconds to go and counting. Farrell. That's a great read there by Pryor. She takes a shot, but she gets right back up with a smile on her face. Have to love the tenacity from the sophomore who's seeing her first minutes of the game right now. Beach. Pryor at a career-high 15 in that first game last year versus Lehman in that route 101-14 victory. Will be a foul here against Central Connecticut State. The foul will be against Jessica Farrell. Her second, team's 5th. So now both teams in the bonus. We are only 27 seconds remaining in the half, though. Excuse me. First free throw by Nicoletti Leite finds the basket. Good. Fairfield lead up to 25, their largest of the game. Second free throw. In and out, but nice board by Rihanna Brown there. She drew the foul, and that is absolutely the right call there against Lucia Nguyen. That is her third. Lucia Nguyen, excuse me. Her third, team's 6th. Nonetheless, this is one of the reasons why the Stags brought Rihanna Brown in, for physicality and dominance in the paint, and she is showing that right now and expect her to do as the season progresses. First free throw. No good. Brianna Brown last year currently ranks 5th in all of Division II basketball in total points. That is certainly a phenomenal career for the grad transfer from Texas A&M International. Steal there by Nellie Brown. Cookies, as she likes to call it. Casey Pryor had the ball. The bench wanted her to shoot, but Fairfield will play smart here. Janelle Brown going to wind the clock down. 9, and the crowd count along. Fairfield going to hold it. Nellie Brown finds Pryor. Pryor going to shoot it. No, she won't. She'll turn it over, and that will be the first half. Nonetheless, a great bounce back for Fairfield. Fairfield up 43-17. Liv, you have to be impressed with what you've seen from Fairfield. How can they just keep the foot on the gas and seal this victory?
It's definitely exciting. I think they need to keep with their full court pressure here against Central Connecticut. It's definitely working against the team in their favor.
Yeah, and you mentioned the big point of that, points off turnovers. 18-1 in favor of Fairfield. And they're also winning the rebound battle, 23-14. That was a point of emphasis we both had in the pregame. So, a lot of positive signs here from this first half from Fairfield. I'm Andrew Jamison alongside Olivia Merceda. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the second half. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Leo D. Mahoney Arena. I'm Andrew Jamison alongside Olivia Merceda. 43-17 is our score. Fairfield having a phenomenal first half, getting back on track, shooting basically 50% from the court in the half as they pick up right where they left off with a steal by Nicolay Leite. Finds Co. 2 points right there.
Definitely a quick start to this game, Andrew. We're seeing Fairfield take over.
Absolutely, and one of the big things that we mentioned right before halftime was points off turnovers. There are 2 more right there. That's 20 points off turnovers to 1 for Central Connecticut State.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing the defense. Last year, the Stags led the MAC and ranked 10th in the country in scoring and defense.
Certainly seeing flashes of that defense come back and translate into this season. As here's a tough bucket there by Sellers and gets the 2 to fall. Anderson now. Here's Co. Co, not really known for three-point shooting. Hesitated on that one, but instead opted to pass. Here's Selimovic. Lamro inside for Co. Doesn't get that shot to fall. Gets her board. Doesn't get the follow-up shot to go. Anderson. That's tight defense there by Sellers, but she draws the foul. Will be going to the line for 2. Fairfield, you have to love what you're seeing on the offensive glass. Make that 15 offensive rebounds now on the game. Looking at the bigger picture, they are out-rebounding CCSU 25-14. 25-14, yeah. 14 of those coming on the offensive end. First free throw by Anderson is good. She is the first Stag to reach double figures in this game. Looking to make it 11, and she does.
Also, heading into this half, we saw 10 steals from the Fairfield Stags.
Yeah, certainly have to love the pickpocket nature of Fairfield, and that's been on full display. You see Lamro keeping up right now with tight defense on Farrell here. And it's going to be going the other way as Anderson draws the foul.
Yeah, that was charging for sure.
Not sure what Coach Venny saw to get her to complain, but call stands. Fairfield basketball. Nicolay Leite in the post has the advantage with size against Slomack, but finds Anderson for a beautiful pass. Right place, right time, Anderson, and she gets the 2 to go. Farrell. 5 points on the game. Gets it to Henry. Slivich, tight defense. Good help by Lamro. No foul. Here's Co. Now gets it. Passes to Lamro. Lamro gets away to the paint. She gets grabbed by the neck, but they're going to get a travel. Not sure what the ref saw there. Apparently it looked like the travel was called. Travel occurred before the foul, so the travel will overrule the foul in a sense, and it will be CCSU basketball. A lot of those bang-bang plays where physicality has certainly been a factor in this game, although it wouldn't be evident in the score. Central Connecticut certainly playing tough.
We certainly saw that in the second quarter as well with a lot of aggressive playing.
And that is a hard fall there by Modestime, and that kind of sums up the physicality perfectly. We hope she's okay.
She's grabbing her hip.
Was not a pretty sound from our angle for anyone in this arena, as a matter of fact. She looks like she'll toughen it out and go to the line for free throws, although certainly looks like she is in a lot of pain, though. Hopefully the best case scenario is one of those stingers, and it goes away within the next minute or so.
Not the line.
Scary play there nonetheless, but we'll be going to the line for 2. Monestein. Her first free throw, no good. Central Connecticut State on the line from the charity strike tonight. 6 of 9. Fairfield started 4 of 10, but have made their last 2, now 50% on the game. Second free throw is good.
An interesting stat is that Connecticut has also been held to 1 rebound so far yet this game. Oh, in this quarter.
Brown now. Nice elusiveness there to squeak past the defender. Anderson finds Lamro. Good read there, though, by Henry for the steal. Farrell's pushing it. Good defense there by Lamro. Good defense, but better offense there by Farrell. She's up to 7. 3, no good by Lamro. Rebound by Henry. Farrell pushing it now. She's been doing that all night. And you have to love that pass there. She found her teammate in transition. That's Kennefic. Good for her first points of the game. She was the leading scorer heading into the game. Selimovic, though, answers right back with a 3-pointer of her own. Fairfield now shooting 6 of 16 from 3-point land. That's good for 38%.
Yeah, they last year hit 292 long-range field goals and exactly 100 more than other Fairfield teams in the past.
Yeah, certainly the offensive precedent has been set. An unprecedented year in terms of what this team accomplished, but mainly offensively, as this team was an offensive juggernaut. It will be a timeout here. 52-24 is your score. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Fans are dancing, the crowd is bumping, and we are back on this Wednesday night at Leo D. Mahoney Arena. I'm Andrew Jamison alongside Olivia Merceda. Fairfield holds a 28-point lead with 6:48 to go in the third quarter. Good discipline there by Selimovic to avoid the foul. Another steal there by Fairfield. Olivia alluded to it. Fairfield just had their way defensively while not committing fouls. Also great discipline, but also aggressivity. They found that balance, it seems like, this game.
Yeah, it's definitely a great start after coming off the road with a hard loss against Oklahoma.
And definitely after a heartbreaker like that where you fought all the way back but came up short, you definitely want a bounce-back game. And although it might be a weaker opponent in Central Connecticut State as opposed to a Big 12 team in Oklahoma State, a win is a win, and that cannot be denied. Have to be happy if you're Coach Carly Tebow-Dodonis. Fairfield, though, still opting for the full-court press. You have to seem like this team has a target on its back now, and they're never satisfied. And, the old adage in sports is the game's not over till the whistle blows, and Carly Tebow-Dodonis has certainly a follower of that adage. And there will be a foul here. Foul will be on here. That was Magruder. Yep, that is her first, team's second. Central Connecticut State ball under the hoop here. Monstein wanted a 3. Will draw a foul. That's Magruder with her second foul in less than 10 seconds. Good to see Monstein healthy after that scary fall when she got tangled with Selimovic and landed on her hip.
Definitely looking a lot better right now.
Yeah, and she does put together a solid game, 6 points. Leading scorer for Central Connecticut State, though, remains Jessica Farrell with 7. Monstein chance to pass if she makes both of her free throws. First is good, now tied. Central Connecticut State coming into tonight's game 0-5 out of the Northeast Conference. Fairfield 1-2. On the other hand, no conference games yet to be played by either team, though. Good feed to Selimovic by Nicoletti Leite. Selimovic makes a move in the paint and gets it to go. The bench loves that, and rightfully so. That's what you love to see out of her. A little bit physical here with Selimovic and Henry. Henry finds Monstein. Her 3. Short. Kicked by Selimovic, though. It will stay with Central Connecticut State. Unfortunate bounce there. Selimovic Fairfield did everything right. Just a tough break with the way the ball bounced. Fan almost got taken out there. I believe that's Michael Jervis's son. One of the staff on athletic development for Fairfield. Janelle Brown takes it, and she's pushing it. She's in one-woman army. Savine Selimovic, her 3. That's right. Rebound Beach, though. She takes a shot to the face. Crowd reacts in somewhat disbelief and also just shock. You rarely see that type of physical play, especially this late in the game. Thankfully, Beach appears to be okay, though. That foul is going to be on, I believe that was, that's Monstein again, who's been in a lot of those types of plays tonight. That'll be her third. Her third, team's third. 3 Devils on the court now with 3 fouls. Selimovic, that one rattles in and out and took forever, and it will stay with Fairfield. 2 subs for the Stags here, as will be Cohen Anderson checking in for Selimovic and Nicoletti Leite. 5:17 to go now in the third. So on the court now, we got Brown, Coe, Magruder, Anderson, and Beach. Anderson finds Coe. Coe has 7 points on the night for the Stags. Sellers tightly on her. Brown's 3. High shot, high bounce, no good. Good save by Beach, but she was out of bounds. Official says, and it will be CCSU ball. Looking further dive into the 3-point statistics. Fairfield 6 of 18 from the line. Central Connecticut State 1 of 5. So while Fairfield is shot at coming into tonight's game, Fairfield is shooting 321 or 32% from 3-point land, and Central Connecticut State about 33%. So both teams playing a little bit below average. However, Fairfield playing closer to their average. We'll be right back after this media timeout. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Leo D. Mahoney Arena. I'm Andrew Jamison alongside Olivia Merceda. Halfway through the third quarter, and the Stags still up 28 on the Blue Devils of Central Connecticut State. Farrell has the ball. She's going to go to Sellers. Sellers finds Monestheim. She gets it to go. Monestheim now in double digits with 10. Janelle Brown answers right back for her 7. She's now up to 7. Fairfield winning the rebound battle 29-17, shooting at a much better clip this game, 48%. And we talked about the importance of starting out hot. Fairfield did just that, and they've been riding that momentum ever since.
And just a little bit more on Janelle Brown. She led the NCAA guards in field goal points last year.
Yeah, certainly one of the more efficient guards in the country. And she is making a name for herself, not just in the MAC, but on the national stage as well. And there's Ken Magruder's first 3 of the game, and you love to see that for her. And hopefully that gets her on the right track with her confidence. When she is hot, she is one of the most lethal three-point shooters in the MAC. Hasn't had the start that she has hoped for this season. Looking to get back on track. Good sign there, though, as she is up to 5. Foul there on Kennefic. That's going to go on Magruder. That'll be her 3rd. Team's 4th. Kennefic, the grad student forward out of Oakton, Virginia, leads the Blue Devils through 5 games, averaging 12 points per game. First free throw, no good. She only has 3 points, though, so good job by the Fairfield defense, putting an emphasis on her, the defensive game plan by Coach Dodonis, the assistant coach, Blake Dodonis, Coach E. Brown, and Coach E.J., also known as Eric Johnson, although in the locker room it's E.J. all day. Nellie Brown now. Times Magruder. Magruder to Brown. Beach. You have to love every player touching the ball in this possession. That's kind of the Fairfield's DNA, and it goes to show the chemistry this team has. It's absolutely undeniable. Nellie Brown, nice fake. Makes her way to the paint. Her shot, short. Rebound there by Monestheim. Farrell pushing it. Slings it to Slomack. Magruder on her. Monestheim. Will be another foul. This one will go against Beach, though. Her 2nd, team's 5th. CCSU now in the bonus. Central Connecticut State going to the line for 2 more free throws. First one, no good. Despite winning the volume in the free throw matchup, Central Connecticut State, they have been efficient, but not as efficient as their season average. On the season average, they are shooting 81% from the line. That 2nd free throw is good, though. So now 12 of 16 on the night. Fairfield, on the other hand, 6 of 12. Fairfield free throw percentage on the year, 75% for those of you wondering. Magruder's 3. In and out, rebound there. That is Lamro. Good tenacity there by Lamro, especially with the size advantage and Sellers, able to just sneak around her and grab the board. Finds Anderson. Anderson to Magruder. Magruder with a little post up. Her tough shot, that's short. Rebound, or no rebound there, excuse me. It looked like Magruder wanted to draw the foul. However, that shot was well short. Farrell. 2.5 to go in this 3rd quarter. Here is Monestheim. Back out to Farrell. Not a lot of movement from the Blue Devils offense. Finally some movement here is that shot. Arid to say the least. That one didn't even hit the rim. Lamro's 3. No good. Rebound there by the Blue Devils, and that is Sellers once again. She is up. They only have 3 rebounds on the night now. Fairfield dominating on the glass, 32-21. Or excuse me, 32-20. Central Connecticut State, not a lot of movement once again. Farrell's drive, though, is good. Some teams have different play styles where some teams are 3-point do or die. Not a lot of movement, but the points speak for themselves, although Central Connecticut State is still down 26. Coe goes to Anderson. To Lamro. Brown, expect every Stag to touch it, and every Stag does as Magruder gets the ball. Miscommunication there, gets by Anderson, but Lamro's able to retrieve. Finds Magruder, Lamro. Magruder, 3 on the shot clock, 2, 1, her shot. Good.
Buzzer beater.
Yeah, despite the rush shot, Magruder was able to create some separation, put up a heave, and the heave went in.
Now that we're at 61 points on Fairfield, I think it's important to bring up that 70 has been their magic number for the Stags over the last 13 years, holding a 72-3 record since 2010-11 season.
That's your stat of the day for you. And speaking of stats, Julia Carpel making her way to the scorekeeper's table. She'll be seeing her action and just will be her second game in a Stags uniform in her career that is just starting.
Yeah, and Julia's a freshman here joining the Stags this year.
One of 2 freshmen, as we mentioned, alongside Cyan Coe, who has made an immediate impact immediately and is having another great game offensively and defensively. Nellie Brown draining at the clock. 10 seconds to go. Here's Anderson. Anderson's elbow shot. No good. Rebound there by Sellers. Central Connecticut State going to push it. However, that ball is just going to have no home. And that shot by half-court shot by Magruder almost went in, but clock expired anyway. Nonetheless, Fairfield running away with this one, 61-33. We've got 10 minutes to go remaining in the fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Leo D. Mahoney Arena for the final 10 minutes of this presentation of Fairfield Women's Basketball, brought to you by WVOF Sports. And Selimovic starts the fourth quarter off strong with a basket. She is up to 11 now on the night. Good bounce back performance after just a 2-point performance, 1 of 9 shooting at Oklahoma State. Now she is 5 of 9 for that bucket by Central Connecticut State. Good. That's a 2-pointer there for Slomack, who's up to 7 on the game. Lambrou had 2 back-to-back threes, but otherwise has been quiet. 8 points on the night. It is a sneaky 8 points, however. She is the leading scorer coming into tonight's game. Certainly a spark offensively and defensively for this team.
I have to bring up a new face on the court. We have freshman Julia Carpel. She helped her high school squad, St. John Venny, become one of the best teams in the country this past year, ranking top 10 in the nation for all 3 of her seasons.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, as Kennefic gets that 3-pointer to go. Fairfield's freshman class last year was nothing short of phenomenal. 2 of the players, Anderson and Lamro, making an immediate impact. Fairfield hoping for a similar story with Coe and hopefully even Carpel. Minutes can come out of anywhere, and you can, any given moment, you can see the floor, as injuries are a part of the game, but that will be a foul there on Fairfield.
We do see Coach Carly still looking at freshmen, with one coming in here during half mid-year.
Central Connecticut State ball. Fairfield's 4 timeouts remaining. CCSU only 1. And how about Carpel, the freshman, taking the shot there, drawing the foul. Central Connecticut State wants to play physical. Discipline is what's needed, and the discipline was rewarded there. Nice job by Carpel, setting her feet, drawing the foul. Any exposure for the freshman is good exposure, as she's getting these quality minutes, and it might be in a blowout. However, exposure goes a long way in terms of improving your game and getting better. There's Lamro. She reacted there harshly, but it was just Selimovic. Draws the foul. Lamro will be going to the line for 2. As a reminder, if you have not watched episode 5 of Stags in the Studio, that was with Katie Lamro and Coach Erica Brown. Please do so. And WVOF Sports YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe for all things Fairfield Athletics. That one was certainly a phenomenal episode. Huge thank you to Lamro and Coach Brown, and also Assistant Sports Director Logan Rundy and Kyle Scannell for making that episode happen. Lamro, second free throw. Good. She's up to 9. Coach Carly going to the bench once more, getting a lot of players in, good fresh legs, getting everyone some playing time. This will be Anderson and Brown checking in at the next whistle. Foul there. They're going to get Carpel there for a hold. Will be Selimovic and Coe checking out. So we've got a really young lineup in here now. 1 freshman, 2 sophomores, and 2 grad students. Interesting to see how they're dynamic and they'll play off and complement one another here. This is certainly a lineup we have not seen this season for the Stags.
And Carpel draws that second foul now.
Yeah, but going back to the lineup, it's interesting. You still haven't reached conference play, so you're still figuring out what works and what might need improvement, who plays better off of who. And that's certainly a big part of this non-conference game. As we talked to Luke Davidson the other day, he mentioned as much as teams want to win in November, you got to figure out your fundamentals and mechanics, and this is the time to do that because conference play will be here before you know it, and they'll have 1 conference game in December. But it will be a foul here against Fairfield.
Definitely a lot in the recent minutes here. You can see that they're very frustrated with this call.
And going back to the conference game, sorry for the delay there, they'll be playing Mount St. Mary's on December 21st. That'll be their first conference game. That will be, that tip-off will be for 2 p.m. That will be at home at Leo D. Mahoney Arena to close out the 2024 year before the Stags return in 2025, where it's all MAC play. Steal here by Central Connecticut State. Kennefic swings it to Carpel. Or not to Carpel, excuse me, to Farrell. Anderson, a little bit of a blow by there by Monestein, but Kennefic gets the 2 to go. She's up to a 9. All of a sudden, she's gone from 2 to 9 in this quarter. And the lead is all of a sudden 19 as Central Connecticut is building some momentum. Certainly have cut into this lead. However, Fairfield's still holding steady and comfortable for the moment. Getting a more experienced lineup here as Fairfield will make a round of substitutions, put a fresh lineup in. Good poke there by Beach, and Nellie Brown is there at the right time. Will she finish? No, another missed layup. However, Selimovic is there to scoop it up and bail her out as that basket is good. She's up to 13.
It's all about teamwork, Andrew. She was right there helping out her teammate.
Absolutely, and it feels like everyone is benefiting. So many Stags are having great games. It's not a star performance, and when you have these types of team victories, it really boosts morale, and it really makes the practice more fun, and this is what this team is all about. Yes, they're winning, but they're also doing it through building a culture. 66-45 is our score. We have 6:19 to go. We'll be right back for the rest of the game. And as the pep band racks up, we'll welcome you back inside Leo D. Mahoney Arena for the final moments of Fairfield versus Central Connecticut State women's basketball. I'm Andrew Jameson, joined alongside Olivia Merceda. Kennefic, who's up to a sneaky 9 points, so 7 in the quarter. Farrell's also had a good game herself, is 9 herself. Tight defense here by Fairfield. That's a shot clock violation. That's great defense there from the Stags. setting the tone after a timeout, trying to finish this game strong. What's ahead for Fairfield? Fairfield will be going down south, playing at Charleston South Monday the 25th, then Thanksgiving Eve, or Wednesday, November 27th, whatever you call it. They will be on the road again at Wake Forest. So certainly more tough opponents await, as that three by Selimovic is good. She's up to 16.
You can definitely tell these basketball girls do not get a break. I've heard that they only have 4 days off during our winter break this year.
Yeah, and it is absolutely a grind being a Division I collegiate athlete. No days off as an athlete, but this team is truly a family. And when you're a family, you don't feel like it's work. It's just a passion, and they carry this out every day.
And they are definitely traveling distances with these teams, and it really bonds you.
Yeah, from Arkansas to Oklahoma to South Carolina, that's certainly a journey. And this basket by Connecticut is good. She's in double digits now with 11. Selimovic finds Magruder to Coe on the left side. Coe will go back to Magruder to Beach. Finds Coe. Coe with the cut. Tip there by Farrell. Almost goes flying into the bench, but restrains herself, but it will stay with Fairfield. Nice spin by Brown to get control of the ball. Away from Farrell, trying to create separation. Brown with the cut. Her layup. Good. Nice finish, tough finish there from Brown. 9 points up there for the grad student guard out of Middle Island, New York. Good D by Beach. The shot there is good by Slomak. Freshman up to 9 points as well. Actually, excuse me, that was a three-pointer. She's in double digits. 10 on the night. Make that 3 Blue Devils in double figures. Or they just changed it now. I'll get the correct information once we have it, once that's sorted out. In the meantime, Montestein pushes it, finds Henry, and the basket is good, plus the foul. Foul will be on Magruder. That's her 4th, and Nicoletti Leite will check in for her. Free throw by Henry, no good, but Connecticut gets the board. Finds Farrell.
So a little fun fact about Coach Carly we have here. Her father is actually a WNBA coach, and now her brother was just recently one on the Mystics.
Yeah, for the T-Bone name definitely has a reputation, and the basketball runs deep in their family. As Janelle Brown finds Coe. Brown's 3. No good, but she gets her offensive board. Textbook example of following your shot. Selimovic now, Nicoletti Leite. Finds Brown on the other side. Her 3. Good. If you do not make it first, try again. Nellie Brown did just that and got the second one to fall. She's up to 12 now.
It's all about that mindset, never give up.
Yeah, and absolutely. Nicoletti Leite setting up her teammates. 9 assists on the game. That's a season high for any Stag this season. Certainly a selfless performance tonight from her, in addition to 6 points. Selimovic cuts to the hoop. Move there on Slomak. Nicoletti Leite's 3. Good, and the three-point shooting is contagious right now. That's back-to-back triples for the Stags, as they're up to 77 points and have extended their lead to 26. A little bit of a tangle there between Nellie Brown and Montestein. 2 very physical and dynamic players. Foul will go against Nellie Brown, her 2nd, team's 5th. As a result of that foul by Brown, CCSU is in the bonus. We'll have substitutions here for Fairfield. Katie Lamoureux, Casey Pryor and Megan Anderson checking in for Coe. and Selimovic. Dance team still going strong, distracting the Blue Devils as that first free throw is no good. Fairfield on a 6-0 run in the last 47 seconds from those three-pointers by Brown and Nicoletti-Lete, and there are 5 of their last 7 from the court overall. That second free throw is good by Monestein, and she is up to 15. Brown with the elusiveness, her cut, throws it up to the basket, wanted a foul, but no good. Farrell now, 2 minutes to go in the game.
You can see
Fairfield bench still getting into it.
Central Connecticut is taking their time right now with the ball here, keeping it by the logo.
Pickpocket there by Nellie Brown, but the whistle will blow. They're going to get a push on Nellie Brown. That'll be her third. Central Connecticut State going back to the line. First free throw by Monstein. No good. Central Connecticut State now 13 of 20 from the line overall. That's good for a 65% clip. Fairfield, less of a sample size, 7 of 14, 50%. Second free throw by Monestein. Takes a while to make a decision, but no good. Beach takes a tumble, but she appears okay. Beach will inbound to Brown. 1:48 to go in this game. Nicoletti-Lete has 9 on the game. And that ball slips out of Casey Pryor's hands, will be a turnover. You can hear Coach Cawley from up here being adamant. You love to see that from the coach in her third year with the Stags, keeping the foot on the gas. Nice defense there, but Monestein finds Kinfick. Her shot no good. Tipped there by Henry, but Brown will come away with it. Slows things down here, 1:15 to go. Brown finds Beach. Beach, Pryor in the corner, seemingly waiting for the ball, it looks like, but she makes a move here. Here's Nicoletti-Lete meanwhile. They're going to get a foul on the floor that will go against number 11. I believe that's Kayla Henry. Yep, that is Kayla Henry. That'll be her first, team's third. Good tip there by Monestein. Forces a turnover. That's 14 turnovers on the game for the Stags now. Nice move there by Slomak. No good.
Rebound by Nicoletti.
3 from Brown. Nothing but net. She's up to 15, and that's got to feel great for her. Now 3 of 7 on the game from three-point land. Central Connecticut State trying to answer back. That one's good there by Slomak. That's a 2-pointer, though. Nonetheless, she is in double figures with 11. 30 seconds to go here. Shot clock still on. Nicoletti-Lete, her 3. No good there. Good board by Anderson. Her putback is good. She's up to 15 herself. 10 seconds to go. Central Connecticut State can have one last chance here for a bucket. 5, 4. And that is a block by Anderson. And that will be the ball game as the Fairfield Stags get back in the win column, defeating the Central Connecticut State Blue Devils 82-54. Liv, what was your most impressive takeaway for Fairfield in this game?
I really enjoyed watching a lot of the bench come off for Fairfield and seeing them all interact with each other. We saw freshman Julia Carpel really get minutes in on this game, and we got to see her play and defensively.
Yeah, and a lot of Stags reached double figures. Selimovic, Nellie Brown, Megan Anderson, and way more Stags. It was a complete team effort here tonight as Fairfield comes away with the victory, 82-54. The Stags go to 500 on the year, 2-2. No conference play yet. Nonetheless, a win is a win, and you never take that for granted.
Probably feels good too.
With the loss, Central Connecticut State falls to 0-6. That'll be it for WVOF Sports coverage in the month of November. We hope you all have a great Thanksgiving break, and for all you Fairfield students out there, get home safely and have a great break. I'm Andrew Jameson alongside Olivia Merceda. Have a good night, everybody.